What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this 2024 Buick Envista ST. This one's finished off in Moonstone Gray, only cost $29,000 the way it is sitting. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is powering this compact crossover. This thing is basically the same price as a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla, and yet honestly this thing's pretty darn nice, a little bit more luxurious. Now, underneath the hood, you are going to get a pretty compact motor. We have the Ecotec. This is a 1.2 liter inline 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with 137 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. This one is front-wheel drive with a 6-speed automatic transmission, and weighing in just around 3,000 pounds, you can expect 28 miles per gallon in the city with 32 out on the highway. Now, for the styling, has a pretty neat look. You can see these cool DRLs up above with your turn signals, some chrome for the housings. You also have LED headlights down below, and then a little bit of chrome trim, body color down below that as well. Now, there are a lot of bugs on this. We're in the middle of a 1,500-mile road trip, so that is kind of what is going to happen. You're going to get gloss black down below, a little bit of silver, nice gloss black grille for the ST. So overall, I think it's pretty nice. I like the new Buick logo. Has a really cool design, honestly. It looks really good. And I've been seeing quite a few of these out on the roads up here. Now you're going to see some sharp lines fading into that hood. Can't complain, it's a sporty looking car. At the side you're going to get a nice set of gloss black wheels. These are 19s. I like the multi-spoke design to them. And then the gloss black trim surrounding the wheel arch going into the side skirt. We have a sharp body line down below, and then another one all throughout the side profile. So it definitely adds to the sporty vibe. You got black on the mirror caps with your turn signal, and then all black trim surrounding the windows. Sunroof up above with the shark fin antenna. Now the Encore is going to have a more traditional rear end like a normal small crossover. This Envista has that coupe-like design, which honestly you see a lot of Mercedes and BMWs like that. I do like this cool texture you got here, kind of cutting the roof off, giving it a sporty look. And we actually saw a nice Mercedes, I believe the GLE coupe, and this kind of looks like the baby version of that, and this is only 29 grand. Got a nice set of LED taillights as well, and then more of the taillights are actually down below. So kind of interesting how front and rear you got some lights and some lights, so a little bit different. An integrated lift within the trunk, all of your badging down below, and then black for the diffuser with some silver trim. You can see how that coupe-like design comes together, sharp body lines all throughout it. Now taking a look at the trunk space, the whole lift back will pop open, and you still have ample amount of storage. We're able to bring 2 golf bags back here with the seat folded down and quite a few of our backpacks and luggage. So you got some storage over here. You can pop this open. We have a spare tire, a little cutout over here as well, and then this privacy cover of course is removable. So with all that, you do that, give it a firm pull, and we can get this out of the way. Now if your arms are long enough, you can really easily reach these and fold down all the seats. And as you can tell, it really maximizes the amount of space that this car is going to offer. Got the button up here. Can easily close that all down. And then you can see everything nice and flat. And even with that lower roof line back here, still got quite a lot of storage. Putting that up, you do have adjustable headrests. That way your driver can have better visibility. Now for the rear door panel, this is all plastic, so a little bit cheaper than the front one. You do have this cool texture with the blue stitching, all blue stitching you're going to see throughout this interior. And then popping this back up, you can get a good look at the 3 seats. Now there's no armrest or anything in the center, just some storage and then 2 plugs and a little storage over here. So no center armrest or air vents. But then closing that up at 5'11", I do have plenty of legroom and knee room, and then good headroom as well. So really, not bad at all for an affordable car. Pretty comfortable back here overall. These seats are actually pretty nice and padded. Taking a look at the front seats now, you have the smart key. You just got to press the button to lock or unlock it. Now the front door panel is finished off a little nicer. We have more of that cool texture with the stitching, and then a trim piece. Of course you got your release handle, all your basic controls, as well as your tailgate release. You can also see power for the driver's seat with all those controls, and I love the blue piping and all that blue accent color for the stitching. You got ST embroidered up above as well, and then a cool looking flat bottom design on the steering wheel. So from here, foot on the brake, we can fire it up. You got your two LCD screens that are going to turn on. We have controls on the left side for cruise control. You also have your forward pacing, heated steering wheel, some Bluetooth and audio controls on the right. We have the stock on the right side for windshield wipers, turn signals on the left, and the screen is pretty basic, but you get all the information you're going to need. Headlights are over on this left side. You got more of that cool texture with one of your air vents, and then this bezel around the screen is pretty cool looking. And then you have more of that cool texture with the blue stitching on the right side. Now for this infotainment screen, you have a few things you can go through, like maintenance information. We have more things in the center icon, and then trip info on the right. Now we have your home icon as well. Get you back to here. You're going to see Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. We have more audio controls. You can also go into this to see some traction control. So it's pretty simple overall. There's no built-in nav on this specific car. And then going into reverse, you got a pretty HD graphic for the backup camera. And then underneath that, you're going to see your air vents and a very simple layout for all the climate controls. We have temperature on this left side, fan speed, you have different zones, heated seats, and a nice little LCD screen. Now there's two plugs down below with wireless charging. We have lane keeping, your engine start stop, cup holders and storage throughout the center, and then a cool textured pattern around that shifter. Good amount of space down below with some padding on the armrest, and then a nice small glove box. One last look at the interior. It looks pretty nice overall. It is simple, however, pretty good use of materials, and like I said, a basic cloth interior Civic or Corolla is going to be the same price. Got black on the headliner, and then a manual sunshade. You got all those controls and dome lights, of course OnStar, and then a nice simple mirror. Alright, so setting off now in the Buick Envista. Pedal to the floor. So it's really not crazy fast, however, it is peppy enough to get up to speed, do what you gotta do, getting up on the highway, merging with traffic. It's not a bad car to be in, honestly. It's pretty comfortable, it's got a decent amount of room in here. Visibility is really nice, got a large windshield, the mirrors all do a great job. And when you are looking around, you know, over your right and left shoulder, really nothing crazy out of this world at all for the view. Let's get up and go. Cruise control does work really well along with the forward distance pacing. Now this has active noise canceling. It's decent. I wouldn't say this is the most refined riding vehicle. You don't really hear much like tire noise, but there is like a ambiance you kind of just hear of just general road noise, I would say. So again, it's a very affordable car. When you're out on the highway, you kind of get used to it, so I wouldn't say it's the worst, certainly not the best, but again, at this price point, this is definitely going to be quieter than what you're going to find in a Civic or a Corolla, and yet, I mean, this is a crossover. So the pricing, honestly, is pretty impressive with it, with what you have. The driver's seat is pretty comfortable, same with the passenger seat. You know, we've been pretty comfortable up front here, just kind of relaxing, driving 10 hours straight, and it's pretty darn economical. We can get about 450 miles on the range with just highway driving. So pretty affordable car to live with, honestly, from the day to day. And then the things you touch are quite nice as well. You know, the steering wheel leather, the shifter, the armrest, not bad at all. You got good textures in here and just a decent layout overall. Really nothing crazy to complain about. Now this one's front wheel drive. You can get all wheel drive, which is quite nice if you need that all weather capability and things like that. The tech is super basic. You really are relying on the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. The car itself doesn't really have anything all too fancy. I've really only just used my CarPlay and nothing else, and then just the basic controls down below. So it's a simple car. You can definitely tell it's kind of a basic General Motors vehicle. You know, like a Chevy Trax is going to be pretty much the same thing, just obviously a little bit different. However, I feel like with Buick, you know, they're kind of giving you a little taste of luxury without really paying all that much for it. These start also closer to $23,000. So this just is not an expensive car. And for this one even being under 30, you know, you feel like you get quite a lot for the money. And I really can't complain with just driving it. It's been a comfortable riding vehicle. Sound system is pretty good in it as well, and it is very spacious. I mean, those back seats are impressive, and you're just really not gonna have complaints. So I think if you're looking for something that is affordable and actually a nice car, I mean, this is a good way to go for sure. Turning circle's pretty good. You do got some good low-end torque though from the turbo, so at least it's peppy enough for the around town sort of driving. And being a crossover, if you are going on a little bit of gravel or something, I mean, you're able to drive this pretty nicely as we spin out a little bit. But yeah, driving experience, not bad at all.